Hello and welcome again. So in the previous sections, we learned about creating the different pages and how to set up the navigation between those pages. So in this section, we'll be learning we will be learning to create the VR page. So for the VR page, let's go to our wireframe and see how the navigation was, just to have an overview of that. So from the home page, we go to the VR page. This is the VR page, and in this page, basically, we'll be scanning the food items, and we need to get the caloric information for those. So this is the part where we'll be learning a few new things that will be out of the builder. So we'll be using our food calories.json. So let's get started. So we'll head back to our health tracker app on builder. Now we see that this is the cal scanner code. So this all is the code. Now what we're going to do is, for the very first thing that we need for the visual recognition to work, is we need to go to the Watson tab in the builder. In the Watson tab, we have our image recognition. You can see there's a plus sign button. So once you click on that, you need to create a new visual recognition instance, and it requires an API key, a URL, and some name. So you can see that I have already created one for you. So what you need to do is, to connect to it, you'll need to go to your browser and go to cloud.ibm.com. So it's called cloud.ibm.com. You'll be navigated to the login page. So once you log in here, you can just create an ID. If you don't have, you can create an account and then log in. So since I already have an account, I'll just simply log into the cloud.ibm.com. So as you can see, once I log in, I am taken to this catalog page. So basically it lists down all the services that are provided under cloud.ibm. So it has a variety of services ranging from Cloud Foundry and a lot of services. We'll search for our service that we want, that is the visual recognition. So we'll just type in visual recognition and we'll click on it. So we need to create an instance of it. So for that, we need to select a region first. So the default region is Dallas, so we'll have it selected, and you can see that this is the light plan, so we don't have to pay for it for now. We can just use the free version. We'll just give it some proper name, and I have already created one for mine, so we'll click on the create button. And here we are at the visual recognition. I have named it something like this. So I've already created and made the setup. So I'm just walking you through how to create the service. So once you create the service, you'll be taken to the screen. Now you can go to the manage section, and in the manage section, you can get the API key and the URL. So you'll need these to enter here. So once we go and create, you'll need to enter the API key, the URL, and from here, and then you can just put some name. So for this demo, I've already created this health tracker VR. So we'll just quickly go. Once you create this, you'll get something like this. So you won't get this item, but you'll get this button to create a new model. So once you click on create new model, you can just name it anything. I have named it food items, and once you create it, it will be initially untrained. I've trained the model also. I'll just walk you through how to do that. So once you go to the food items, so what you can do is, there will be no classes, but I have created two classes again for the demo. So we'll just click on add new class, and you'll just name it anything. So we are taking into consideration for now bananas and broccoli. You can add more items. So I just created one like this, bananas. So once you go to this section initially will be empty. So I have just dropped the images. So what you basically need to do is, you will go through the images. So I just go through like the banana images, I select all of them and I drop it here. Once I drop all of them here, then I go to I need to create more instances, and I just need to create on train model. So I did the same thing for broccoli. So I'll just quickly show you how you can do that. We'll just let's say call something called kiwi, and this way we can just create kiwi model. So this is kiwi model. Initially it will be non-trained. So we'll just go to images and go to the kiwi images and select all of them at once, and then drag it there. So once you do that, it trains the model basically. So I'm not going to do that right now, just to avoid the time, just to save the time. I'll just avoid that. So this is how we can do that. So I'm just going to keep it there. So this is how you train the model. So once you train the model, you can just try them. You can try an image. You can just, let's say we'll just drop a banana just to see how it works. So once I drop the banana, it will just tell me, yeah, the accuracy of it being a banana is 0.92. So it went away, sorry. I'll just drop it again. Yeah, so the possibility of it being banana is 0.92. So it will help us a lot in recognizing our food items. So now we'll go back to the code. So once we have trained this model, everything is ready. So just keep a track of this model ID. Just copy it somewhere. I'll just copy it in my, let's say I'll copy it here. And also just keep a track of this API key and the URL. So once you're done, go back to the editor, the builder editor, and here we'll proceed with the other things. So scanner.js file opened. So this is the basic initial content that is there in calscanner.js. You can see it has something called render results and a lot of functions are there. And we'll also keep the file calscanner style opened, and we'll open the app navigator that we would need. Now you can see that, I mean, initially the flow that we had, we can go to the wireframe and just check that flow. So it was like we go from intro page to login page, then after the authentication we'd go to the home page and then VR page. So for development we need to see the emulator a couple of times. So for that we'll just set up the navigation for now from intro page to the VR page for now. So let's quickly do that. We'll just go to our intro page. So let's go to our health intro. This is the page. Now in this you can see that navigation is set up to this login page. So we'll simply set it to cal scanner, so as to avoid all the login and other processes. So we'll just do that. Once we do that, we'll just check out the changes in our editor, in our emulator. So once you click on let's go, and then you're taken to the simplistic VR page. So you can see that now our navigation is in place. Now we need to focus on how the things will work here and set up the navigation, set up the VR. So we'll do that now. Let's go back to our cal scanner file, the VR page. Now you can see we have image picker, and this is one of the plugins that we are using. So now let's make some changes to this file. So the very first thing we need to do is we need to set up this URL, API key, and model ID. So I'll quickly do that. We need to put the API key. This is the API key, and so let's quickly put that, and the URL. Okay, not that. Key and the model ID that I asked you to copy last. So once this is done, now what we need to do is the complete setup is done. We can test the app out, but before that, let's make some more changes. So what we need is one more button. So basically, in this page, we saw that we don't have a button here. So you need a button here that tells us that we need to add this meal, whatever the result that is given. We need to add this meal to our meal plan. So for that, let's quickly go to the place where, let's say we want to add it after the results. So what we'll do is we'll go to the code snippets. Let's pick a simple button. For that, let's just drop the JSX here and save it. Auto styles that. Now it needs some import. So for the import, let's go to this place and put the import here, and it's good. So we can see that we already have these imports, the text and touchable opacity we already have. So we will just quickly delete that. Now once this is done, go to the style file, and in the style file we need to import the styles. So just import the styles, put a comma here. Once we do that, we should be seeing, so you can see we have the simple hello simple button. We'll just change the text quickly to, so let's say we select it and search for hello simple. Once we have the hello simple, just change it to add to meal. So once we do that, now let's add our function. So you can see that initially we need to put the JSON data. So we need to put some JSON data. We did not put the complete file for now. So that is for you to extend it and use it. So we'll just copy some of the data from, let's say we'll copy the data for banana and for broccoli. So I'll just simply go to banana and copy this item here. So I have already done that. So basically I'll just copy this dot food item. So I will just simply copy this thing. I'll go to our, so here what I've done is I just assigned it to a variable. I have copied the banana and broccoli and placed it in an array and just copied it here. Now the next thing you need to do is render results. So currently the render results will actually show you the results in just the tabular format, like it was shown in the Watson tab. So it would show in the same format. So we need to get rid of it. So you can I would not show it for the demo, and I'll just skip this part. So you can just run it and you can see for yourself how the result shows. So we are going to use a different version of it. So I've written down the function for it. So you can just copy it and we'll just simply paste it. So basically this function, what it does is it gets the data from the result. So whatever the result of the Watson result is, and then it gets the food item from foodcast.json, which is this file. So basically you can just see it makes a comparison by making comparison, and then it prints the caloric information. So this is what it does. So basically we have things set up here. Now what we'll do is we'll quickly make some UI changes to the, let's say we'll make some UI changes here. So those UI changes also you can see from the Git that we'll be sharing with this project. So I'll just quickly make those changes. So once we're done, we'll quickly rerun the app and see how the output looks like. Let's check out how the app looks like now. So we'll go to the app, and once we click on let's go, it's taking us to the simplistic VR page. We'll just change the heading later. So you can see the button shows up here, so we'll fix that also. Let's just pick some items. I've already put my items in the emulator, so let's just pick a banana, and you can see it gives the information, the correct information. It checks from the JSON. So now let's fix this button. So to fix the button, just we'll go to the styles and make some changes, like let's put it the position absolute. So I'll just putting some UI fixes for that. You can just look at it, and bottom 10. So once I've done that, this is how it will look like. So you can just see how well it works. Now it's upon you. So as a part of this tutorial I'm giving you, I'll be very happy if you guys can cover this add to meal portion. So basically this add to meal should navigate you to the plan page, and it should pass this as a parameter, and then it should show up on the plan page. So that's upon you to extend and complete this functionality. So this is how you can add a simple VR page to give you the complete caloric information of the food items. So this was it for the simplistic VR page.